Good evening everybody, welcome back to a Chart Nerd technical analysis video. Today we will be discussing Dimitra, the ticker is DMTR against USDT on the monthly, and I will also look at the weekly time frame for analysis. Now before I start, this video is not financial advice and is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you do enjoy the content however, please do give it a thumbs up, drop a comment and maybe even subscribe if I'm lucky. Now straight off the back on the monthly time frame for this chart, there are so many similarities here between this and Velo, where we had this complete obliteration throughout September of 2021 all the way through till December of 2022, so over a year where we just got absolutely annihilated. And then from these lows in December and the start of January, we sort of just started working our way back up, slowly grinding back up the ladder here. And the similarities that I noticed between this and Velo are the fact that if we look at this key level of previous resistance and we have this current ascending level of support here equally, what you'll notice is Velo has a very similar pattern where we sort of had this sort of V-shaped recovery into a level of resistance, have come back for a higher low, and then rallied up and taken out this level of resistance on the second attempt. So back here in March/April, we actually smashed through this level of resistance and put in a new local high. So at the moment, the market structure is still bullish. And these are the similarities between this project and Velo. The fact that they formed the same sort of bottom structure and have put in the same low, high, higher low, higher high. Velo has done the same. Off of the all-time lows in January of 2023, come up to a high, come back to a higher low, higher high. Right now we're just looking for another higher low. And what you'll notice is we've got this key level of ascending support. Again, very similar to Velo. You've got the low, you've got almost a second point of contact on the trend line here, and right now we're at a crossroads on a third point of contact on ascending support, and we've broken through previous resistance. Okay, we've melted through it, and all we're doing right now is falling back in this channel to a key level of support. It's very, very simple. Support and resistance is all that you need to do really, guys, especially when you're looking at the monthly time frame. When you've got a more zoomed out perspective, it's a lot easier to navigate. So right now we're evidently in this channel, okay, coming back to a key level of support. Very similarly to from this peak here in April, where we came back in this channel. Okay, we came from this low up to a high, pulled back in a channel, broke out to a new high. Right now we're just pulling back in a channel, looking for a key level of support before pushing onto a new high. And the technical target for me will be the technical breakout target of this ascending triangle. So we go from the neckline of resistance down to the level of support and where the lows we came from are, and where we drag this target up to the breakout of resistance, and you'll see that the breakout target for this move actually sits at $1.68. So the fact that we are just hovering around on this key level of ascending support and looking to hold it as support, and the fact that we've broken through this resistance, the fact that we've got higher lows and higher highs, very bullish structure, things look to be going very, very smoothly, very smoothly. Now, if we fail to hold this resistance level, this previous resistance, and turn it to support, which by the way, would be handy if I gave you a price, is 0.067. This is the key level of support we need to hold right now, which is these previous highs here of April 2023. As I keep saying, you want to break through resistance, put in a new high and come back to it for support. And it really does look like we're just in a flag. So if we are in a bull flag here, let's see if there's any confluence. Going back down to where this move started, if we do break out here, does that have any confluence with the ascending triangle target that we was looking at? Let's have a look. See, wouldn't that be a surprise? Look at that, just shy. Okay, very, very close target. So it looks like we're coming up into this bull flag. We're currently coming back in the flag, back down to key previous resistance, looking to turn it to support before the next move up. It's literally that simple. But in order to find another key level of support, what we can also do is go from the local high back down to this local low here in October of 2023. And what you'll notice is, again, this crossroads perfectly lines up. So if I get rid of these, what you'll notice is that the neckline of this previous resistance is also the 0.50. So right now, all we're doing essentially is back testing another key level of support. Okay, look, you can see these highs here tie up bang on with the 0.50. So if you see Dimitra start coming down here and bouncing off of this 0.50, don't be surprised. Because again, you're reacting off ascending support. We've got this ascending support level here on the monthly I spoke about earlier. We're coming back to the 050. We're coming back to previous resistance to tap it into support. It's doing everything it needs to do in order to move up. And this is just prime opportunity in my eyes. Fail to hold the 050, and if we do steep any lower, just look for the 0618. You can see that there's multiple points of contact here as well for DMTR, of which were previous resistance, and we had some sort of small ascending triangle here in itself where we had to coil up, and essentially that gave us our target. Actually, if we look, this might have given us our target. So if we sort of add this under this level of resistance, so you can see we've got this resistance here, we had this support. Don't tell me that gave us our target to the upside. Once we broke that resistance, there you go, not too shy, not too shabby. You can see that's how we came up to near our targets. Kind of losing myself there. Yeah, if we do lose 0.062, then just look for 0.044. Simple as. It literally is simple as. And I wanted to also point out this Gaussian channel here on the weekly time frame for us, okay? And why this Gaussian channel is important. So what you'll notice is we came out of this Gaussian. Let me get rid of this. We came out of the bearish side of the Gaussian, got through the channels, and actually started to break out in March. And that, ironically, guys, right, was the month that we started breaking out of this level of resistance. Okay, so in March here, where we started to get back up, and we actually flipped green on the Gaussian channel when we peaked. Now, what you'll notice is a lot of projects, I've been looking at some projects in the Gaussian channel, and when you're in this red zone, obviously you're inside a bear market, or you're underneath resistance and you're struggling to see positive price action. When you flip green, this is normally where everything starts to unfold and rolls start reversing, and we're coming out of a multi-year bear market and we're coming into a bull market, right? But there's certain signals that we want to look for, and what some of those signals are is flipping from red to green. That's one of them. But what you'll find is when we do the switch, we normally do the switch on a peak. Okay, so this switch occurred when we topped out, and ever since then we've been coming back correctively to the Gaussian channel. You can see right now we're on the top of the Gaussian channel, as well as on the top of this previous resistance, looking to turn it into support. So right now, right this second, things look very healthy. Again, from another indicator point of view, yes, it looks worrying because we're pulling back so over the past few weeks. There's not been too much relief, but this is not a negative sign. Okay, we've created multiple bullish signals here. We've flipped green on the Gaussian. We've back tested the resistance and looking to turn it as support of this previous resistance in April 2023. So tied up with the fact that we're bouncing off the top end of the Gaussian, we've come down to this resistance. I just want to get the fib back on again from this high back down to our low. And I wanted to show you again how this level here is so important. Sorry, I had that on the wrong low. It's this low here we're looking for, isn't it? So it's so important because you've got multiple points of contact where the 050 is so important. 0.06. What you've got is this middle band of the Gaussian slowly creeping up here, and as this Gaussian channel starts to creep up, if we do fail to hold the top end where we are right now, just look for the middle band of the Gaussian as this middle line comes up, and it equally ties up with the 050. So I do think that DMTR is trying to get to 0.062 and failing to hold that. If we come back any further, just look for the 0618 at 0.04, and that equally could tie up with this Gaussian channel as it's coming up. Because once you break out of the Gaussian, it's healthy to get a retest back into it, whether it's to the top band, whether it's to this middle band, or whether it's to the lower band. We like to see a retest, and it's exactly what we've got right now. It doesn't have to come back any further, to be fair. It really doesn't. But if it does, just look out for these targets in the near future, okay? Because they could be optimal entry points coming back down to the Gaussian channels as this is coming down or coming up, and then also coming back down to this previous high. That's a little update from me. Now, if we have sort of lowballed out here, I did give you the technical target. I have got this ascending triangle that we're looking at, and we're sort of bouncing off key support, so we are on this ascending support, and I have mentioned that the breakout target goes from the neckline of the triangle back down to the support zone, and where we've broken out, our technical target does sit at, well, it's even larger than what it was before, isn't it? That's at $3. Yeah, $1.68. that's the target for me, $1.68. As long as we can hold this ascending support that we've been bouncing off every time, as long as we can backtest and hold this previous level of resistance and sort of pick up the ropes here, hold the Gaussian channel, things look great. And I think we are on our way into early Q4 2024 to 2025 at some point to $1.60. Another way to get a potential target in for us here, if this is the low, going back to the all-time high, going back to this high from this low, if this is our current low and we are retracing to this high, 38 cents and 61 cents are on the cards very, very soon. So there are my targets for you guys. In the long term, I'm looking for $1.68. In the near short term, we could be, as long as we start bouncing here, we've got key resistance above at 13 and 15 cents, right? We need to start taking this range out before approaching this high from this low. So if this is the low right now and we do start picking ourselves up, we have to tackle out of this golden ratio before seeing any excitement up to these higher targets, and also to fulfill this in the future, which is this ascending triangle double bottom pattern that we've been speaking about the whole time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content from Chart Nerd TA. Take care. Peace out.